My name is Carrie Welch, and I am the owner of Wellness Unwritten, which is a private wellness practice offering counseling services, yoga, meditation, and much, much more. You can find my website in the description below if you want to know more about me. But today I wanted to continue a discussion about the autonomic nervous system. I will also include the video that I posted right before this, which talks a little more in depth about the autonomic nervous system. But today I wanted to talk about the connection of the autonomic nervous system to our limbic system in our brains, which is our emotional brain. And not just the connection there, but specifically how to sit with uncomfortable emotions. I think this is a very difficult thing that I discuss a lot with clients. And before I get started or further into this discussion, this is Rhea. If you have not seen her in my other videos, she makes an appearance a lot. She likes my office because, as you can see, I give her plenty of comfort and safety here. And she gives the same to me. So anytime that I need to downregulate my nervous system, otherwise known as calm or ground, I just come over here and give her some little affections and loves, and it helps to soothe and ground me. It puts me into a calming response or a parasympathetic response. So my emotions that happen after I go into my parasympathetic response are peacefulness, feeling of calm, feeling of safety, feeling of happiness, a feeling of joy. Those emotions are actually a lot easier to sit with, but sometimes we don't really sit with those either. We kind of skip over the positive emotions and we avoid the negative emotions, which is a survival tactic, avoidance. It's a behavioral response. But how do we sit with uncomfortable emotions? That is a little bit harder. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about that today. We don't want to just continue spiraling if we find ourselves spiraling out in thought processes of what ifs, or this is going to happen to me, or going down these storylines that we're assuming are going on around us. That's not necessarily sitting with an emotion. Sitting with an emotion is simply acknowledging its existence instead of trying to push it down, bury it, avoid it, that kind of thing. So sitting with an emotion, maybe you've heard this term before, and it's like if you start sitting in your emotion, it almost starts to feel worse. It almost starts to feel like it's overwhelming or consuming. That's why we have tools like breath exercises or grounding techniques, regulation tools, basically. But to sit with an emotion, let's choose an emotion that's really difficult. Sometimes I just go to one of the most difficult emotions, which is sadness. Anger comes to mind as well. Anger is a really tough emotion to sit with. But let's use sadness. So sadness is a very human emotion. It's an emotion we can't get away from. No matter what we do in our lives, we're going to feel sadness. Just like any of the emotions on the spectrum of emotions, like I'm just going to name a few: disgust, anger, sadness, irritation, frustration. Let's see, those are just some of the negative ones. Then we have on the positive side, we have joy, happiness, elation, excitement, those kinds of things. So let's use sadness. It's one of those emotions that we all feel as human beings. We can't get away from it. We're going to feel it. So how do we sit with sadness, especially if it's an overwhelming sadness? Maybe it's grief, grieving loss, or whatever loss that is. So sadness can feel really overwhelming, but how do we sit with it, right? So sitting with an emotion, the very first thing that we do is to simply name it, to label it. Sadness. Maybe it's just the word the language around it, sadness. Often I go to, I feel sad. That's my go-to phrase. I feel sad. And as soon as we name it, we're acknowledging it. And in a way, when we name it or acknowledge it, it suddenly doesn't have quite so much power over us because we're taking power over it. So the very first step in sitting with an emotion is naming the emotion. I feel sad. I am aware of sadness. I feel sadness. Just that phrase. The next step, once you label it, is how does it show up for me? It's going to show up a little differently for everybody. How does it show up for you? How do you feel sadness? Do you feel a sensation like heaviness in your chest, a heaviness in your shoulders? Do you feel something in your face, an urge to cry? The muscles around your mouth start to shift downward, kind of that frown, idea of the frown. What happens in the physical sensations of your body when you feel sad? Start to pay attention to that. Maybe it's not even a physical sensation that's really popping up for you. That's okay. Sadness shows up in different ways. Maybe it's an image. Maybe it's a grief and an image of a person or a place pops into your mind. Maybe it's a color. Maybe for some people, maybe black or gray or even the dark blue or something like that. So naming the emotion, I feel sad. Number one. How does sadness show up for me? Number two. And number three, what is sadness telling me? What is it communicating? So emotions, again, going back to the beginning, emotions are directly connected to survival. Our limbic system is our emotional brain. Our autonomic nervous system is connected to our survival brain. And so the emotions and the survival brain go hand in hand and work together to send signals through our body, through nerves. So what is it saying to you? It's communicating, it's sending you a signal. So if sadness shows up for you, I feel sad, name it. How is it showing up for me in my body or in my mind? Sensations, colors, images. And then number three, what is it communicating to me? What is it telling me? Maybe it's telling you that you're in a situation that you don't like. Maybe it's telling you that you loved somebody or something. It's a loss. Maybe it's telling you there's a loss. So what is it communicating to you? What is it telling you? So 1, 2, and 3. Number 1, I feel sad. Name it. Give it a name. Number 2, how is it showing up for me in my body? Sensations, images, colors, textures. Number 3, what is it communicating to me? What is that sadness telling me? In those 3 steps, you're sitting with your emotions and you are allowing space for them, allowing acknowledgement of them without letting them overpower you. Because then we come to number 4. After you've done 1, 2, and 3, you come to number 4. Number 4, grounding techniques, breath work, reframing a situation. What is another way to look at this situation that's happening to me, this loss? What have I experienced from this? What have I learned from this? That's reframing. Breath exercise, something to ground you. Movement, which is what I specialize in my work and in my videos, is movement therapies to get your body moving, to express something. That is number 4 as well. So anything that helps you expend energy, move your body, ground, using your breath, those are the things that we go to in number 4. And that is going to help us cope and build resilience to be able to handle and sit with these difficult emotions. So just a real quick recap. Number 1, name your emotion. I feel sad. Number 2, how does it show up for me in my body, in my mind? Is it a sensation, texture, image or color? And number 3, what is it telling me? What is it communicating to me? How can I listen and pay attention? And number 4, how can I ground myself? How can I work with my nervous system to be able to cope and build some resilience for this emotion? So those are ways that you sit with emotions. Hopefully that helped you understand a little bit about it. And before we head out today, let's do a little breath exercise just to calm and regulate together. As you can see, she is already there. She's good at it. Okay, make yourself comfortable wherever you want to be, seated. I'm going to lean up against a wall just to support my back, which is really nice. Maybe the hands are placed onto your body in some way, on the legs, the knees, maybe on your torso. And just feel the connection of your palms on your body. And just gently bringing your awareness to your breath and noticing where your breath is in your body. Is it in the chest? Is it in the belly? Is it in the ribs? Is it in the back? Do you feel it in your nose? Do you feel it in your mouth? Do you feel it in your throat? Does it feel cool? Does it feel warm? On your next inhale, I want you to really expand the belly. Fill the belly like a balloon. And exhale, see if you can soften your body, release your muscles. On your next inhale, expand the belly and then the ribs. Exhale, soften, release. Inhale, expand the belly, expand the ribs all the way up into the chest. Big breath. Exhaling, release, soften a little more in the shoulders, soften in your back and your hips. Inhale into the belly all the way up into the chest and collarbones. Exhale, release, soften every muscle in your body. 2 more times, big full breath in, all the way up into the collarbones. Soften as you exhale, make your exhale a little longer. Big breath in through the nose, fill the belly all the way up to the chest and collarbones. And on your last exhale here, make it long, make it soft. Let yourself sink. And then returning to your natural breath. Feel your hands. Feel the texture of whatever clothing you might have on, whatever temperature there might be there. If you want to, I invite you to put your hands on your cheeks or your forehead and just feel the connection there. Maybe it's cool against your skin. Take a couple of breaths. Maybe one more big breath all the way from belly, all the way up. And let it go. Releasing the hands down, opening the eyes when you're ready, if they were closed. And before we leave, just scan your environment. So let your eyes just wander around and maybe they land on something you really like. Maybe it's a color. So this time we're focusing on a positive experience. Maybe it's a color that you like. Maybe it's a plant or a book or a picture, or just something in your space, in your environment that you really like, something that just makes you smile. And then notice how you feel. Just check in with yourself and notice how you feel. It's a pleasure to be here with you today. I hope you got something and gained something from this video. If you have any questions, you can leave me a comment. If you liked this video, you can like it or hit subscribe. And I appreciate you for trusting me with your practice. Until next time, namaste.